Hello and welcome back to RLCraft. We are in fact back. Yeah, pretty cool. So like I said, originally, if you're wondering why I pretty much on the exact part where I ended the last video, this was meant to be one episode, but like I said, the amount of stuff that happened and the amount of editing it took, because I was going to originally just do the voiceover, but with the music, it took an insane, well, not an insane amount of effort, but the music definitely took a lot of time, and I knew that if I was going to edit the whole thing in, the whole episode, that could take up to, a week. I want to get episodes out at least, every 3 days. That's what I'm thinking. Probably, around 2 days. But I don't know, because maybe I might have to take one of the days to record. So, and plus there are sometimes I won't have time and I'll be in a time crunch and I won't be able to do it. But I am going to try my hardest to get these out about every 3 days. So that's just kind of what to expect on average. So yeah, let's get into it. Well, since this was supposed to be a later part of the clip, nothing really super interesting or special happened. For the most part, I was just making my preparations, so let's see that. And the reason I started making those preparations is because I wanted to start exploring and kind of checking out the general area, since up until that point I had pretty much just stayed in the same village, and I'd pretty much explored every building in the village, at least from what I could tell. So yeah, so I went out exploring. While exploring, I proceeded to take out this sheep, and then this funny flying man came out and headshotted me and killed me instantly, so I lost pretty much all of my progress, which is, yeah, that's fantastic, that's real great. At least I basically already knew what was in that general direction, and I knew that there really wasn't anything worth finding. I was a little mad about that one, but I decided to just pick up some extra rocks, I don't know. While exploring, I saw this massive building that I realized I hadn't explored yet, so I decided to check it out. I went up the stairs and I saw if there was anything good in the chests. And lo and behold, there was something, a book and quill. Now, I did kind of just mess around with it because I wasn't 100% sure of what I would use it for. So I just kind of typed in some random things, as you can tell here. But I'm thinking, what if I use this as a way to give shoutouts? Like people who do epic things or something, I give shoutouts to. Maybe commenting or, So I'm thinking, yeah, it's just an idea, but comment favorite video game of all time. And I might put it in that book, and I'll pick one random person and put it in my book. So yeah. So I was just exploring around, and then, well, I saw something that, well, geez, it's taking a while. I saw something that I will never unsee, never for the rest of my days. I plopped down that cake and saw it. The dragon. and I knew at that moment, one day, I would slay that dragon. But in order to do that, I prepared, so I jumped into the trees, and I knew that it was time to get serious. I wasn't gonna go around the village just looking around, picking up whatever. I needed to start starting. So, let's get started.
In water, chimps will drown.
And before I had known it, I had found something very, very important. A battle tower. If you don't play RLCraft, or first of all, I also found a giant pile of maca macas. I wanted to kill them. Honestly, it was really tempting. Do you know how much XP that was? But I decided not to. I really like macas. They've never wronged me in the past, and I have a respect for them, so I decided not to. Anyway, back to what I was saying. Yeah, I'd found a battle tower, which is fantastic. That is great, because I could get a lot of XP from that, which is, a man like me really needed some XP. So, it was turning nighttime, and trying to fight the nighttime mobs combined with the battle tower mobs would be a doozy. So, I decided to go to sleep and wake up the next morning and work on getting to the battle tower. I had arrived at the battle tower and was ready to start attacking, and, well, I'll just let that clip play out for you to see how well it went. I would say that went somewhat well. I mean, I managed to kill some mobs and stuff, but I really needed a shield because the skeleton boy was just messing me up. So I decided to make a shield and then get on my way. by some cinders, I had finally arrived, and with my new shield, it was actually a lot easier because I was actually able to block these skeleton shots, which was actually a huge thing. Yeah, so I could actually get the spawners, because in case you're not an RLCraft pro, I've been said that a lot last time, but in case you're not an RLCraft pro, basically, since all of your body parts take different damage, if your head takes enough damage, you can die before even losing all your hearts, and skeletons will aim for your head so they can kill you in like 2 shots, so they're super overpowered. Anyway, after destroying the spawners, I got a really good amount of XP, so I was able to upgrade my defense a little bit, along with upgrading my attack, since, I mean, I needed to upgrade both of those if I were to, you know, do good things and become powerful. And I tried to create a stone brace shield, but it just didn't work. I think the problem is that if your shield has any damage on it, like if you have a wood shield and it has any damage on it, you just can't craft it. I decided, I mean, I could have just made a new one, but I didn't feel like it, since I really wasn't here. I didn't really need a ton of like durability or a good shield bash. I decided I would just use this one, so, until it broke. So I decided to go down, well, at least I tried to go down, but then mobs started coming up, and then before you know it, I got completely swarmed. Like, holy, like, there were so many, and just look at what happened, bro. I don't even need to explain. After becoming Big Dead, I knew that really didn't go super well. To be fair, I did manage to get a ton of XP because of just how many mobs came out, but I got absolutely shredded to pieces. The main problem is that I wasn't able to hit all of them together because I was trying to use an axe for combat, and that really didn't work out well, so I decided to make a sword. I don't know where in the footage I make the sword, but I know that I get over there, and I decided to make a sword. But on top of that, I was also really close to being able to get defense level 8, which, if you don't know, that would allow me to use the iron armor, I think. Like I said, I don't remember, but if I'm correct, I can use the iron armor once I get to defense level 8, which would be fantastic. So I decided to sleep and wake up and get back to the battle tower for like the third time, I think. And yeah, let's just see how it went. Well, I mean, obviously I had to get some cake first before I did anything, but yeah, let's see how it went. despite having done a pretty good job of holding them off, when I tried to enter the tower, just so many mobs spawned. Like, there was an entire army of them. It got so bad, I literally had to start running out of the tower, and like, we literally had to leave the tower, basically, because there was so many mobs after me, and they were completely cornering me, and before I knew it, I got pinned up in a corner and got absolutely shredded, just destroyed. And you know what? I was tired of this. Pretty much, I was just going into the battle tower, taking out a few mobs, and then dying and returning like 5,000 miles away from it. But you know what? I was sick of it. So I went over to that battle tower, and I did something amazing. Yeah, it was that easy. Literally, the whole time, I just had to go up to the top floor. Pretty much the problem was that I was getting swarmed on by the mobs falling through the holes on the top floors, plus the mobs on the lower floors swarming me. So, yeah, literally, I just had to go a few blocks upwards, and that was it. So anyway, I got some XP, I got an attack up to level 8 so I could use the iron sword, and I started investing my XP into mining, which is pretty cool. So, yeah, I was really, really happy about that, because I'd finally cleared the sort of upper portion of the battle tower. So I waited for it to become nighttime, which was actually a really, really good thing, because that meant I could actually set my spawn point at the village, or at the little battle tower. So I didn't have to go back to the village every time. So I don't know why I even made that sleeping bag, since I just took a bed and put it there. So, yeah. So I decided to try and go back in the battle tower. Yeah, it really did not go well. At all. It really did not. Oh, and if you ask, I literally have no idea why I got all this cobblestone. Like, I really don't. After regenning, I decided to check out the neighboring village. I didn't really know what to expect. I just wanted to check it out to see if there was any good loot. Before I had known it, I had found something fantastic, something amazing, something that would help tremendously in the future. At least I'm assuming. A dragon skeleton. Just in case you don't know, skeletons of dragons can spawn randomly. I'm pretty sure they're most likely in deserts. I find them all the time when I'm exploring deserts. But, yeah, they're really, really good because you can take the dragon bones and you can make some of the best tools and weapons in the entire game. Now, the biggest problem is that, you can't use it until you're really, really high level, so it wasn't of much use to me, but that was still insane. I also found another dragon, which was great. I really didn't fear them as much, because, you know, they didn't ever really seem to pose much of a threat to me. But I decided to start following it for some reason. I really don't know why. I just followed it to see if it would lead me anywhere interesting. And I got absolutely ganged up on by a bunch of jousts. So I got absolutely annihilated. jousts usually aren't that strong, but if I'm correct, the white ones are just absolutely just dominant. And then Flying Boy came out and completely sniped me in the head. So that was the end of that. Beaten down and lost, I looked for anything I could find to help. And, well, it didn't take long before I found something that would be a complete game changer. TNT. Behind one of the chests, which I'm pretty sure was a trap chest, there was some hidden TNT, 2 to be exact. And once I found it, I knew exactly what to do. I went in there ready to destroy all the mobs. I placed down the TNT, I got out my flint and steel, and I blew the absolute crap out of the bottom floors, just absolutely obliterating them. After taking out the mobs on the staircase with my epically gamer iron sword that I had, it wasn't that long ago, but I had just gotten the stone sword. I defeated all the mobs on the staircase, and it was completely blown to bits. What was even better is that I tried to go down and realized there weren't any more floors. This means I had dominated the battle tower. After upgrading agility, which had gave me the ability to use bows, which was very awesome. I arose and went to sleep. Well, at least I tried to go to sleep, but while passing the time, I decided to make a new stone brace shield since my wooden shield was on pretty much its deathbed and was literally 1 or 2 hits away from breaking, and I didn't want that breaking on me in the middle of a fight, so I decided to pass the time by cutting some logs and made a new crude wood shield, which I then got some cobblestone to make into a beautiful stone brace shield, which was incredibly nice to have. I decided to then get a good night's sleep and woke up to total victory.